Thank you so much, Marlene, for joining us tonight and accepting to be our speaker for our monthly meeting. Um, you are the president of BPW Ontario, and you have been a member of BPW for well over 30 years on local, district, provincial, national, and international levels. Your dedication to women has led you as far as Venice, Italy. You were an observer at the International Congress in 1996. Since 2005, you've been working with the Sault Ste. Marie Region Conservation Authority as the GIS specialist and the Source Water Protection Program Manager. You lived in Oshawa. You worked in Toronto with Ontario Lottery Corporation for 3 years before you relocated to Sault Ste. Marie in 1990. And when you relocated, you returned to college in 1999, and you completed your formal education in order to pursue other career opportunities. You have raised 2 daughters. You now have 4 grandchildren, and you recently welcomed your first great-granddaughter in 2021. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you to the Niagara Falls Club for inviting me to speak at this candle lighting ceremony. It is a great honor to pay tribute to the founding members of the international organization, member federations, and associate members. We have come together to participate in a special tribute to one of the world's most influential organizations, the International Federation of Business and Professional Women, which unites women around the world. Although its members speak in many languages and live in countries with differing traditions, they share the same determination of purpose. And I'm stealing some of this from the presentation from last night. More than 85 years ago, BPW was founded by Dr. Lena Madison Phillips from the United States of America. And a few years later, she conceived the idea of the candle lighting ceremony. As we perform this ceremony, we will evoke historical memories, the many accomplishments, and celebrate today's achievements. The members of the United States of America made goodwill tours to Europe to share their interests and their beliefs with women of Europe. Through their efforts and influence, groups were organized in several countries. In 1930, women from 16 countries met in Geneva, where a long-cherished dream, the forming of the International Federation, became a reality. The candles symbolize the ambitions and endeavors of dedicated women in every country around the world. Over the past 93 years, our international membership has been challenged by political, economic, social, and health issues. In each situation, our membership assisted each other, learning from each other, and worked together to make changes for the world and local circumstances. In Ontario, our resolutions will focus on women's health, safety, and economic security. While we work on that, it benefits the community as a whole, providing sustainability. BPW members have put together a mentoring program called Women Supporting Women. The program successfully mentored women attending the UN events last spring, matching seasoned attendees of CSW with the first-time attendees. The program focuses on skill development at all levels of the organization. BPW is also in the midst of a website redevelopment, thanks to a generous bequest. The website will be moving to a new platform, and contributions from the members are required on what should be kept and what should be changed, and any new contributions. Another aspect of the membership is the building or recruitment of new members. Targeting our community and needs of our community, whether it be local, provincial, or national, to determine what or how to focus on a membership drive. Our first vice president has taken on the membership chair and has spearheaded the speakers series. In their club of Hastings and Prince Edward County, they just recently ran a very successful open house, which invited women from all over the community to speak with them. While our membership needs to rejuvenate, we must continue to work on resolutions at the local municipal level up to the international UN level to address all levels through advocacy, education, mentoring, networking, skill building, and economic improvement programs and projects around the world. And I thank you again for your time and attendance. Any questions?
Oh, just one, Marlene. You mentioned the group that Anne belongs to. Are they having any success in getting together that new Kingston club that they've been talking about?
Yes, the Kingston Club is actually going ahead. Ophelia, I can't think of what her
Rigo,
last, Rigo.
yes.
She is spearheading it, and she is also the I believe the administrator with Sheila Crook and Doris Hall for the ideas group. And so she's got a lot of information. She's got at least 10 people that are interested, and they're planning on setting up to get started for May 1st.
Wonderful. That's great.
Yeah.
Great.
Now there's another positive as well, and that's through your Brampton Club. You have a member, Nina Domenico.
Domenico, yeah.
Yeah, and she previously was in the Toronto Club, and she might have some interest in rejuvenating the Toronto Club.
Yeah, she's spoken about that a bit. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm in touch with her.
She's an absolute gem as far as a member is concerned. That girl is amazing. I remember her years ago, and of course you would remember Jenny Wodiak.
Yes.
Her and Jenny Wodiak used to show up at our golf tournaments all the time, and that was when Pat and I first met, when we first met Mina. But she has been, I mean, she's been with our club, what, maybe 2 months, and she's just a whirlwind. I mean, she's got 3 resolutions on the table. She's got so many things on the go. A workshop that's planned for May, no, April 1st, I guess. And she's just boy, she's a ball of fire.
She called to apologize to me because she didn't put together any resolutions for Ontario, but the ones that you're talking about are for Canada, and that's good. Like, it gets people thinking, and the juice is running for all of us, you know. But yeah, she's really good. Anything else?
Oh, I know the other thing I wanted to ask too. And we were talking, I think, at the last board meeting. I don't know whether Nancy was there or not, talking about increasing the term for a year for the board members, so that we wouldn't conflict with the. Is that going to go ahead, or where does that stand right now?
Where that stands is that we still have to discuss it and make a decision at the board level. Then it would have to be brought to the conference in June for the delegates to approve. And it's going to actually be an amendment to the bylaws.
Bylaws, yeah.
And it's not meant to be a long-term thing. So it's going to be changing the bylaws so that we're staggering our meeting with the BPW Canada, so that the two conferences aren't being held in the same year. Similar to what happened this year. So we went to Nataswaga, and then we were in downtown Toronto, and it was just a lot of expense for the BPW members. And I don't think there was the appetite that, if you remember, we had a meeting in Barrie that was a collaboration between BPW Ontario and BPW Canada, and we had the 2 conferences in the one weekend. And I believe in London as well in 2012, maybe. And I don't think they want to go ahead with that so much just yet. So we were just going to hold the virtual conference for this year, 2023, and then again in 2024 2024, because that will be the next convention for BPW Canada in 2024. And then in 2025, we're going to have, if there's the appetite, to have an in-person event. It may not be a conference like we're used to. It may be that the business portion is being held virtually, and then we meet for an afternoon of workshop and have a gala dinner. So it's not going to be a full weekend type of conference.
Yeah, I think our club had said we would do the next live, conference.
Yeah, and that will be in 2025.
Oh, 2025, we got lots of time then. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I like the idea that they're talking about splitting it as well. It makes it so much easier because actually the business portion of it really is more the responsibility of the board as opposed to the host club. And then the following, the live part of it would be more the responsibility of the club. Also, elections would be held live, would they not as
so
well?
That's part of the bylaw changed, is the elections, because normally the elections would be held in 2024. So that's why the bylaw would need to be changed to allow it to be held in 2025, and then change it back so that it's every 2 years.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
But Norma, the parliamentarian, has that all in check, and she's keeping track of all of that for us. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good to hear. I think it's a wise move, because for people this year to have a conference in June and a convention in August, that was just a little too close.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Does anybody else have any questions? I know we're just such a small group. It's too bad we weren't in person, but
yeah.
We've had regrets from some members who are already affected by the storm and they don't have internet.
Okay.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
We're getting a bit of snow here. That's all we're getting. It didn't start until, I don't know, maybe 4 o'clock, something like that. I mean, the roads are snow covered right now, but just, because we've had no snow here, and I'm sure you've probably been the same thing down Niagara. I mean, I've had beautiful lawns front and backyard for more than a week.
I can hear the freezing rain right now.
Oh,
here,
awful.
yeah.
It
snowed a little bit this afternoon, and I went out for a bit, and it was very slippery out, very slippery. And then it stopped, and since I've been down here, I've been serenaded by the freezing rain outside.
Oh boy, that's nasty.
Yeah, we've got about 2.5 feet of snow. On the lawns. The snowbanks are, they're taller than me, put it that way. And I shovel, so I'm getting my exercise throwing it over the snowbank.
Wow. No, we haven't had snow in quite a while, but
no, we haven't
now.
We've been getting the wind. Oh, the wind's been horrible.
Yeah.
Bitter cold with the wind.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now it's a lot of snow, and my son is coming home about now from Fort Erie.
Well, thank you, Marlene. If there are no other questions.
Well, I just wanted, I thought of this as I was getting ready for the meeting, and I didn't know if I should approach it or not, but I just wanted to give you some idea of the history that I have of why I'm involved with BPW.
That would be great.
As a teenager, I was involved in 4-H, which was the parliamentary procedure, the roll call, minute meetings, and all of that. And because I was involved in 4-H, the Women's Institute members were our facilitators for a lot of our 4-H projects. And that got me involved with the Women's Institute. So I was a member of the Women's Institute for a number of years. And I attended one conference back when my kids were just babies. And at that time, they were fighting to get CPP for the farm women, because at the time, the men were considered to be the owner of the business and the sole operator. And what was happening was, like, the women were carrying on. They were doing the bookkeeping, they were doing half of the chores, but they weren't recognized in as a contributing member to the CPP. So we were fighting at that time to get the CPP changed for the farm women. From there, I went through a change. I got some education, I had to move, and I came back to the Sault Ste. Marie area, and that's when I saw this post for BPW. And I thought, well, you know what, it's similar, similar structure. Back then, the internet was very sparse. But from the pamphlet that I saw, it was very similar structure to the Women's Institute. And I knew that there wasn't any Women's Institutes left in Sault Ste. Marie. So that's where I started with BPW.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's
How old
fascinating.
how old is that club now?
They had their charter in 1950.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we celebrated our 70th anniversary, I think, in the pandemic, 2020.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
My goodness. Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it is good.
Was
Mhm.
interesting.
I think this is a really lovely idea. If I could just make a comment, it's really nice to sit here and get to know people, especially you, Marlene, because you're, located so far away from all of us, and you see what meetings and what have you. But it's kind of nice to be able to sit and just chat and get to know one another too. I think this is lovely.
Mhm.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very important.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome, Marlene. I wish that I had some of the similar backgrounds. This is the second time in a couple of days that I've heard the reference to the Women's Institute, and I'm thinking, I didn't even know about that. But thank you for being part of that and for bringing it forward into BPW. That's awesome. Gave you some really good leadership skills.
Any more questions? We have a couple of minutes. Well, Marlene, you've been amazing. And I'm very thankful that you accepted to come to our meeting this evening. And you can be sure that this meeting recording will be placed on our YouTube website eventually. I don't know exactly when, but it'll appear one day. I might surprise everyone. And at this point, we're going to be doing our BPW Niagara Falls annual candle lighting ceremony. And Charmaine has gracefully accepted to lead us on with this.
Thank you. I just want a question. We had talked about sharing with other people, sharing part of it. Does everybody have a copy of the 2022 candle lighting?
No, I thought you might have shared your screen and then we could read from your screen.
Yep, we can do that.
That would really work.
So Marlene has given us a good part of the beginning of it. So I'm going to start with what the candles symbolize.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will go forward from there. And I will ask you, I'll ask everybody to have a little bit of a read on part of this. So let me share my screen. Let me first off put this up here. Okay, share screen. Come on, share screen. There you are. Not that one. This one. Okay, share. Okay, can everybody see what's up there?
Yes.
And you can see the movement of it. So, okay. as Marlene was saying, that BPW is one of the world's most influential organizations, and I know I'm proud to be part of it. And one of the greatest things I think we can do is recognize it with the candle lighting ceremony. And the candles that we light tonight symbolize the ambitions and the endeavors of dedicated women in every country around the world. Each white candle represents a federation. Each blue candle stands for a country where there is at least one associated club, and pink candles are for individual members. I had a little bit of a problem getting pink and blue candles, so I have put them into ribbons. And I don't know, you may want to, if you want, you can, to see the candles is just put it on the speaker. I can't get that, it's not working for me, but okay. The candle in the middle of the, I've turned off the lights, so I don't know if you can see them now or not, but I felt that I was losing them in the glare from my overhead light. Okay, the candle in the middle represents the oldest group of BPW affiliates, and that's the United States of America. So I'm going to light that candle first. Come on, there we go. The tallest candle represents the International Federation. So I have a taller candle here. Do I have to lit that one yet? Come on. All right, just haven't enough beer yet to stop shaking. So the tallest candle represents the International Federation. In the warmth and glow of its tolerant light, business and professional women in all parts of the world come together to share memories in friendship and reflect on the founding principles envisioned by Lena Madison Phillips that govern the International Federation, which stands out as a beacon to women everywhere. Using our combined abilities and strengths, we renew our commitment for the attainment of the following objectives. And I would like, Nancy, could you read number 1 of the objectives?
Certainly. Work for women, economic independence, equal opportunity and representation in economic, civil, and political life.
Thank you. Catherine, could you read number 2 for me, please? Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? You have to unmute.
Okay, I will try. I will see if I can make it bigger.
I forgot.
Encourage and support women and girls to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, encourage and support women and girls to develop their professional and leadership potential, undertake lifelong education and training, use their abilities for the benefit of others locally, nationally, and internationally.
Thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome.
Barb, would you read number 3 for me?
3, advocate for the elimination of all discrimination against women, for human rights and the use of gender-sensitive perspectives.
Thank you. And number 4, would you read, Jocelyn, number 4 for us, please?
Undertake worldwide networking and cooperation between business and professional women, nonprofit projects that help women gain economic independence, to present the views of business and professional women to international organizations and agencies, and to business, government, and civil society.
Thank you. I think that it's really important for us to remember those 4 different steps. The to work for women's independence, to encourage and support women and girls, to advocate, and to undertake. Those are all wonderful things, and we need to really focus on remembering those. So let us now light the other candles and remember our members on every continent who will be celebrating in the same manner. And as we light the candles for them, they will light the candle for our country. Nancy, if you could read about the first candle and down.
Okay. First, we light candles for each of the founding federations of BPW International. And so we light a white candle as each country is named.
We're not going to name, sorry, Nancy, we're not going to name the countries. Oh,
Okay.
But those first 6, yes, name those.
Okay. Austria, Canada, France, Italy, United Kingdom, and United States of America.
Thank you. Today, there are also affiliate federations. And I've got a couple of other white candles to light for them, but I'm not going to name all of them. There's 34 different countries there, but feel free to read the names off while I light the remaining few candles that I have around, white candles. Excellent. So yes, today there are affiliate federations, and I've lit those candles, and we'll move on now. And we also honor our affiliate clubs. That's not, the first ones are affiliate federations. These are affiliate clubs. And to represent those, I'm going to light the blue candle. Again, we're not going to read all of the names, but there are, 55 affiliate clubs around the world. And that's the blue candle. Good catch. Good catch. And we also honor our individual members and with a pink candle, and that would be Denmark and Slovenia. Okay, Nancy, do you want to read this paragraph?
Certainly.
Okay.
BPW International is a dynamic and powerful organization of world importance. Public opinion and legislation in many countries have been influenced by its work. It has broadened our horizons and skills. It has increased our rights and our opportunities, and it has expanded our service to one another and to the community. As our voice at the United Nations organization, it presents to that world body information and opinions obtained from our affiliates worldwide. It enjoys Category 1 consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council. It also has consultative status with the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, the Board of the United Nations Children's Fund, the International Labor Office, the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, and the World Health Organization. It works closely with the Commission on Human Rights and the Commission on the Status of Women, the Food and Agricultural Organization, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, the Council of Europe, and other specialized agencies. Do you want me to keep going?
No, that's good. As we come to the end, it's on the end already, almost. let us light the last candle, and this candle is candle of the future. And I'm gonna do it this way. I had forgotten that one. So, can you see them all? Are they
Yes.
clear?
Very
Okay,
nice.
good. Now, as we light this candle, I'd like us to reaffirm our aim to go forward with faith, with courage, and with enthusiasm to take our place in economic, social, and political fields of endeavor, helping us to bring into being a world of justice, social justice for all, and the peace to which all humanity aspires.
Okay.
And we will end this with the International Collect. Now, Jocelyn, I'm going to ask, do we do the regular one or do we do the second one?
I'd like to do the one from Mexico, and I think that follows this one.
It does. Okay. Okay.
Yes, that's the
So
one.
we can attempt to read this all together?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. We ask
Ask
that we
that
meet
we meet
together
together as
as
women,
women,
not
not
allowing
allowing
beliefs,
belief, religion,
religion,
nationality, ethnicity,
ethnicity,
or
or
language
language
to come
to come
between.
between us.
between us.
That these meetings enable us
us
to
to move forward
and
and
advance
advance the status
of women
throughout the
throughout the
world.
world.
That the
That the
value of
value
women
of women
women
be
be
recognized
recognized
in our
in our
families,
families,
our
our communities,
our
our
work,
workplaces,
our
our
country,
country,
and the world.
and the world.
That we use our good ideas, our knowledge, our experience to promote the worth
the
of
worth
women.
of women.
That
that
we
we
combine
combine our strengths to move forward
in
in
peace,
peace,
in
in
serenity,
and
and
in
in
love.
love.
that
Women
of
of all
generations
generations
will
will
do
do
their
their
part
part
to achieve harmony
harmony
and
and
equality
equality
among
among all
all
human
human
beings.
beings.
Thank you all for being a part of BPW Niagara Falls candle lighting ceremony and for remembering. Now, in Catherine, what's her name? Catherine Bossert?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, the international president had said as well, had asked that we light one more candle, and I think it was for the women of Afghanistan and Iran. Or I think that, or the people in Turkey.
As well.
Yes, and I'm out of candles.
Well, if we have a light on our desk, we can actually use our light. I've done this in the past.
Yes. Okay.
Or we can use the light from our cell phone if we have a cell phone handy for that. There we go. Or a flashlight. I see Nancy has a flashlight.
Don't have, I'll just pick up this one here.
Wendy, I'm so glad you were able to log in now. Thank you for coming.
So that ends our candle lighting ceremony. I hope that those of you who've been part of it will recognize and feel the worth of BPW and what a wonderful organization we're part of. And I hope we can get together and grow Niagara Falls as well as Brampton has. I must talk with you, Barb. So thank you all.
Most
Thank you. Nicely
You.
done, Charmaine. Nicely done. Of just a funny story, if I may, for like 2 minutes. After we did our candle lighting ceremony, of course, last night, and we had the candles placed on a table, because don't forget, we have a big TV screen in our venue, and then of course we had the laptop. London were coming in via Zoom. We were live. Our club was live, and then we had Dawn coming in on Zoom and Norma. So anyway, we did the candle lighting ceremony on the table. It was fine. Then they moved the table back, and then Dawn spoke, And then she asked, does anyone have any questions? So I thought, oh, I have, because I really liked some of the message. I mean, her message just really resonated with me. So I went up and I was chatting with her. But of course, as everybody knows, I got a bit of a nasty back at times. So I was kind of just sort of leaning back on the table.
No.
And yeah, and the candles were still going. So anyway, it was really funny because I could feel somebody fumbling around behind me all the time. And I thought, this is really annoying. I'm trying to talk to Dawn, you know, in front of me on the TV. What they were trying to do was to prevent me from getting my blouse caught on fire. I thought, oh my God, this could only happen to me. But
Oh,
yes, when I'm focused, I guess. And I just wasn't paying any attention to the back part of the blouse.
Well,
But
you
anyway,
were focused on the important things there, Barb.
oh dear God, it really was.
Thank you. I'm going to try and take a picture of this because I like it.
yes, that would be great.
Yeah, don't get your top on fire there, girl.
Now, if we all had a light to show, I would like to take a screenshot of us showing our lights so that we can actually have a group photo. So any kind of light is good, anything at all. So I'll just wait a few minutes until we're all ready with a light. Marlene is getting a light. Catherine has a
Be a
light.
ghost. Wow.
Trying to figure
I
out what
don't-
to do with mine.
Catherine,
don't-
your view went sideways just now on your phone. There we go. Okay, so are we ready with the lights now?
Yeah,
No.
I don't have anything. I left my lighter last
That's
night.
fine, that's
Yeah.
okay. You have a light behind you and you're well lit up, so,
I am, that's true.
all right, thank you. I will take a screenshot now. I have successfully saved the screenshot, and that's the important part for me. All right,
Good.
so thank you very much. Now we have a photo of all of us that we can use on our social media. Now we'll remove my light. Okay. So this was amazing. Thank you so much for the participation and all the work that you did getting this together, Charmaine. You did a fantastic job.
I had to go looking for colored candles. And
Yes,
thank goodness for the dollar store. I had to wrap some white candles in ribbon.
well, that was amazing. Really well done. Thank you so much.
It brings out the creativity, that's what.
It certainly does.
It does, it does.
So at this point, I will stop the recording. And again, thank you, Marlene, for being part of this wonderful event with us. And our meeting will continue without it being recorded. Thank you, everyone.